This is Zoology 101 Group 3, discussing Chapter 19, Phylum Arthropoda. Phylum Arthropoda is currently the most species-diverse phylum in the animal kingdom, composed of more than three-fourths of all known species. Approximately 1,100,000 species of arthropods are recorded, and it is likely that as many more remain to be classified. This presentation will focus on the three subphylum under Arthropoda. Centipedes, millipedes, pauropods, and symphelans are placed in subphylum Myriapoda. Spiders, ticks, horseshoe crabs, and their relatives form subphylum Chelicerata, and the extinct trilobites are placed in subphylum Trilobita. Why have arthropods achieved such great diversity and abundance? First of all, they have a versatile exoskeleton, which is highly protective without sacrificing flexibility or mobility. They also have segmented bodies, which provides for more efficient locomotion. They also evolved to have air be piped directly to the cells. This is possible because of a highly efficient tracheal system of air tubes, which delivers oxygen directly to the tissues and cells and makes a high metabolic rate possible during periods of intense activity. They also possess highly developed sensory organs. From compound mosaic eyes to organs of touch, smell, hearing, balancing, and chemical reception. They also possess complex behavioral patterns that exceeds most other invertebrates in complexity and organization of their activities. Lastly, they survive with the use of diverse resources through metamorphosis. Multiple sources for multiple stages and life cycles to avoid limiting on one food source. The characteristics of the phylum Arthropoda. Arthropods have jointed appendages, segmented bodies, a reduced coelom, a cuticular exoskeleton, a complete digestive system, a complex muscular system, striated muscles, and a nervous system, all of which resulted from millions and millions of years of evolution. Now let's begin with the trilobites, subphylum Trilobita, phylum Arthropoda, kingdom Animalia.
Trilobites first appeared before the Cambrian period, but have been extinct for 245 million years. Their name comes from the body's trilobe cross-section, which is caused by a pair of longitudinal grooves. They range in length 2 to 67 centimeters and can be rolled up like isopods.
Up next, the chelicerates, subphylum Chelicerata, phylum Arthropoda, kingdom Animalia.
Chelicrate arthropods include eurypterids, horseshoe crabs, spiders, ticks, and mites, scorpions, sea spiders, and date back to Ordovician period about 445 million years ago. Six pairs of cephalothoracic appendages, including a pair of chelicerae, a pair of pedipalps, and four pairs of walking legs. They do have antennae, and the majority of chelicerates feed by sucking liquid food from their prey. The class Merostomata is an extinct eurypterids, and this includes the eurypterids and cephalids or horseshoe crabs that are frequently referred to as the living fossil, since extant versions resembles on Ordovician relics. There are eurypterids that, sometimes known as the giant water scorpions, were the largest of all fossils, and the arthropods with some measuring up to 3 meters in length. The subclass Xiphoshirida or the horseshoe crabs. The Xiphoshirids are a prehistoric marine family that dates back to Ordovician epoch, and it is a common horseshoe crab that dates back to the Triassic epoch. Today, only three genera or four species remain: the Limulus, which lives in shallow water along the Atlantic coast of North America, including the Gulf Coast of Texas to Mexico; the Carcinoscorpius, which live along Japan's southern shore; and the Tachylepis, which lives in the East Indies and along the coast of southern Asia. The sea spiders or the class Pycnogonida. They have the bodies that are short and slender. They have four pairs of long, thin walking legs, and they also exhibit a feature that is uncommon among arthropods. These are the segments that are duplicated in some groups, resulting in five or six pairs of legs instead of the four pairs found in chelicerates. The class Arachnida. The arachnids that have grown to be extraordinarily diverse with over 80,000 species identified to date. Scorpions, pseudoscorpions, whip scorpions, ticks, mites, daddy longlegs, or harvestmen, and other scorpions are among the members of this category. They're usually free-living and prefer to live in hot, arid climates, and the majority of arachnids are safe to people, and in fact, do a lot of good by eradicating harmful insects. Arachnids eat by releasing digestive enzymes onto or into the prey, then sucking the prey-digested fluids. The order of Araneae, or the spiders. Spiders are a huge category of arachnids with roughly 40,000 species worldwide, dating back to Silurian period about 420 million years ago. The spider's body is compact with an unsegmented cephalothorax or prosoma and an opistosoma linked by a thin pedicel. A segmented abdomen is found in a few spiders and is thought to be an ancestral trait.
The spider's web spinning habits. The ability to spin silk is central to a spider's life, as it is in some other arachnids such as the tetranychid spider mites. Threads of spider silk are stronger than steel threads of the same diameter, and second in strength only to fused quartz fibers.
The order of scorpions. Like spiders, they have around 1,400 species worldwide and have been around since the Silurian epoch. While scorpions are more frequent in tropical and subtropical areas, they can also be found in temperate areas. Scorpions are nocturnal creatures that hide in tunnels or beneath the objects during the day, and they feed at night. They eat insects and spiders, which they catch on their pedipalps and rip apart with their chelicerae. The order of Acari. Despite the fact that approximately 40,000 species have been described, some authorities believe that there are between 500,000 and a million species. In forests, hundreds of individuals of several mite species reside in a few square meters of a leaf mold. They can be found all over the world in both terrestrial and aquatic habitats. Even in harsh environments like desert, polar region, and hot springs. During one or more stages of their life cycle, many acarines are parasitic.
Now let's have the myriapods. Subphylum Myriapoda, phylum Arthropoda, kingdom Animalia.
The term myriapod means many-footed, describes members of four classes in subphylum Myriapoda that have evolved a pattern of two tagmata head and a trunk with paired appendages on most or all trunk segments. Myriapods include Chilopoda or the centipedes, Diplopoda, the millipedes, the poropods, and Symphila or the symphilans. Centipedes, also known as Chilopoda, are terrestrial creatures with flattened bodies. Centipedes enjoy damp environments such as those found under logs, bark, and stones. Cockroaches and other insects as well as earthworms are their main sources of food. Their poison claws kill their prey, which they subsequently consume with their mandibles. Class of Diplopoda are commonly called the millipedes, which literally means 1,000 feet. Millipedes are not as active as centipedes, for they walk with a slow, graceful motion. They prefer dark, moist places under logs or stones, and most millipedes are herbivorous, feeding on decayed plant matter. Although sometimes they eat living plants, millipedes are slow-moving animals and may roll into a coil when disturbed. Poropoda is a phylum of a soft-bodied minute, 2 millimeter or smaller. Myriapods with around 500 species, and poropods that are least well-known myriapods. Despite their widespread distribution, they can be found in damp soil, leaf litter, or rotting plants, as well as under bark and detritus. Poropods have a small head and no actual eyes, as well as branch antennae. They normally have 9 pairs of legs on each of their 12 trunk segments. None of the first or the last two segments, and every two segments are covered by a single tergal dorsal plate. The Symphila are small, 2 to 10 millimeter, and have centipede-like bodies. They live in humus, leaf mold, and debris. Scotigerella are often pests on vegetables and flowers, particularly in greenhouses. They have soft-bodied with 14 segments, 12 of which bear legs and one of pair are spinnerets. The antennae are long and unbranched.
Adaptive diversification. Much of the amazing diversity in arthropods seems to have evolved because of modification and specialization of their cuticular exoskeleton and their jointed appendages, yielding a wide variety of locomotor and feeding adaptations.